Here we go.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down, Falcons.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Cut.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You don't want to go run now. Pick up the ball.
Here's Rosen. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Kendricks able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for him really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
17 yards, first down, Vikings. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Under 10.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Check 15.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trend expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Play action here with Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Let's go.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they can.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Give to Cook out of the gun. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third down.
Here we go, son. 45, Mike, 45.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Smith, his first carry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's 2 really good stops in a row. Back-to-back tackles for losses. I mean, let's face it, they are locked into what they're doing offensively, and now they've earned the right to rush the passer on third down, haven't they?
Yeah, and offensively they're going to have to do something else because the run game, at least on this drive, isn't working. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Watch the run. Right there.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
All day, every day, any day.
Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
54. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Third and long here for Rosen. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. They run the counter with Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Mike, 50. You must be getting tired of seeing red lady. Watch the twins. Red lady. 50, Mike's 50. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be shot.
Off of play action, Darnold. Flushed out right. The catch made by Miller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Darnold from the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All day, punk.
From just shy of midfield, Rosen nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Wild Bill. Hey, alert. Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike.
Out of the gun. Here's Josh Rosen. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Darnold now to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Darnold now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Here's Darnold. Open man is Higgins. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Darnold. Completes it to Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A throw over the middle, taken in, and all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check 3, lady. Set. Watch the set. General West.
Again, Darnold. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Anthony Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Check, 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 check.
First down, a run with Cohen. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Check 53. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
On second down, it's Cohen, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They go play action. It's Rosen. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 16. First down, Falcons.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mike. What we got? Check. First down.
On first down, it's Cohen. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check 53-yard line. Let's go, team. Let's go. Slam. You got tape. You got
From the 39, Rosen to the right side to Eric Ebron. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Off the toss, Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
I got you, son.
They try again with Cohen. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. To throw is Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Quick pass out to Miller. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
6-man. Check curls. Kill. He's crossing. He's checking cross. 22 jet bomber. Check 4.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's to Cook out of the backfield.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
At the 37-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a first carry for their fullback. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30. And finally taken down at the 15. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 15. So the fullback, the beef, normally the lead blocker, shows that he can run it a long ways as well.
And he does have an ability to run away from people, but you and I both know he'd rather run through people when he carries the ball.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Eric Ebron, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run it again with Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Let's get off the field.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Rosen. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. They run. This is Cohen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Brings up third down and 11.
Mike. Tighten up. Pull it together. Middle. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
On third down, Rosen. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And now it's Rosen looking, and he completes it to Cohen. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. Now Rosen. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. This is Cohen. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. Now Cohen. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down.
Check.
Again, it's Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Third and goal. Rosen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Let's go!
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Well, throws like that, especially where we sit in the fourth quarter, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and you know one of my faults is that I often view this game through a defensive back's eyes. And in this situation, your team's losing. It's late. Tighter coverage, take a chance and go and try and step in front of one of those and make a big play. So if you're the quarterback, that should be in your head. This is their time to take a gamble.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Darnold. And that's caught by Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check. Lucky. Check, 45. 61. Matchbox lights. Stop your
The shotgun snap for Darnold. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it again with Smith. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Smith. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Now for the point after. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
He may try and run for this. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd down now, it's Dean. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dean, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So that's not mission accomplished. It's darn close.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to